Hi everyone, it's Danny here from Angel Handmade Papercraft. Today I am working with Whimsy stamps and I am using one of the rustic sugar images. So this is cinnamon with sunflower. So I've already got her printed onto some espresso blending card. I'm going to colour her up using Copic markers. So I've got this nice and sped up for you. This image did take me a while to colour. So hence, well, we've got to make sure it's sped up so we're not sitting here for hours. I have used my basic skim tone, which is the E000002111, EO4 and R20. As always, these will all be listed on my blog, so you can check out my blog, which I will have listed below the video, and that will give you all of the links directly to the products that we used on this card, including all the Copic markers. So I'm just working my way through. I'm giving her a nice mauve jacket. And for that I am using some of the V markers, which is V20, V22 and V25. So I'm just working my way through. It's a really nice light purple colour. Just going to map out all of our dark areas and then we'll go back in and blend all of those out. So just working the way through, blending. And just missed two little areas of her jacket there, so I'm just fixing those up. And going to colour her hat using the top of her hat anyway, using the same colour markers. So I'm just working the darkest areas from the outside in, and then just across the front there where the front strip of her hat would be overlapping. I'm now going in, I'm just stuck to my chair. Going in and colouring in some of the pink areas. So I'm doing her gloves, her scarf, and just that strip on her hat. Of that I'm using some RV32 and RV34. Really, really pretty colours. Just working my way through, colouring them all up. I'm now going to add in some yellow so that I can give her a nice yellow sunflower and everything will be all matchy-matchy. So I'm using Y13, Y15 and Y38. Oh, sorry, no, that's what I used on the sunflower. For her, everything else, I think I used Y11, 13, 15. So now going in on the sunflower, I'm using G14 and YG09. Now colouring in the sunflower, and then lastly I will do her hair. For her hair I'm using E44, 47 and 49. So I'm just going to go in and add some colouring to that sunflower, and I'm doing her hair at the same time. I wasn't quite happy with the sunflower. I was just trying to figure out what I was going to do to give it more detail. So in the meantime I'm just going to go in and get all of that hair coloured up. So I done her hair in more of a chunk style, so I coloured each section in and went that way rather than the flicking style. So I really love the way that this turned out. I'm adding some white Uni-Ball marker to a few areas of her outfit. So I did the yellow areas on her stockings, and I'm going to go in and do her scarf and the little bow on her hat. So just be really, really careful not to touch this with your hand because it will smudge until it dries. Giving her some cute little cheeks and adding some details onto the sunflower. And that's my image all coloured up. So I will now move on to putting the card together. So I'm just showing you a few photos of it all coloured up before I got prepared to do the card. Super, super cute little girl. Papers. So I am going to use some papers from the Pebbles Ink Spring Fling, and I am just fussy cutting the image out using my EK Success Cutter Bee scissors. These are my go-to for fussy cutting. So you can see how smooth that image cut out. Just making sure you remember to move your image around rather than your paper. Oh, that didn't even work. My words are just not working today. What that should have said was move your paper around and not your scissors. I did run a piece of that pattern paper through my Big Shot just using a Lawn Fawn stitched circle die. Now I'm just using a few bits and pieces from the paper pad here. Adding some flags to the top left hand corner. Just adhering those down, starting to work out my placement. adding in some strips. I haven't cut that pink down, I have now. I just used my Caterpillar Pro for that. And I will cut all the excess off when I'm ready to be done. I decided to add some more layers behind the image. So I'm just pulling out some craft cardstock. It was still blending in a little bit too much, so I do actually end up bringing in another colour. This is like an apricot kind of pink. It looked really, really pretty, so I went with it. And then we're going to layer that onto the craft and then pop all of our layers on top of that. Cutting off all of my excess bits and pieces, I will pop those back in the paper pad so I can use them on another project. And I decided I wanted to adhere a couple more strips down that right hand side, just to bring all of those colours in on the flowers. Now, I still wasn't overly convinced I was done, so I pulled in this Build-A-Bee die from La La Land Crafts. I've run it through some American Crafts black cardstock, some yellow cardstock, and I do end up running it through with some vellum as well, so I cut a second set of both of the wings, and I've just laid those underneath the black wings just to give it a little bit more detail. So on one of them I'm going to add some foam dots from American Crafts, and the other one I'm going to leave flat. So I'm going to pop one of them inside the card, and the one with the foam dots I'm going to pop on the front. So I'm super, super happy with the card. It turned out now completely gorgeous, and I love the way that it turned out. So I'm just going to go in and quickly decorate the inside of the card. As I always do, I'll pop a rectangle of white cardstock as well. Just finishing it up, and I just added that last little bee to the inside of the card. I will now pop all of these onto a Kucha Creations card base, and that's me done. So I thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye!